What up, people? I want to thank y'all for joining us again tonight. We got some interesting things to talk about. So, over the last week, we've been going through a few little hiccups. So, we're going to talk about them today. You're here with your boy Don the Bouncer, Mr. False Ross, and Old Head Smooth. As usual, you got your boys in effect today. So, we're going to start this off with what we're going to call the disclaimer. First off, we are a debate show. What that means is we take on hot topics. You know, things that we hear, things that we want to talk about. Everything. We don't run from nothing. But it appears that some things that have been talked about on the show have taken a life of their own. And when I say taking a life of their own, they have gotten out there and we're getting a little feedback and a little pushback from them. Because it appears that they have offended some people. With our show, we got one rule. We only got one simple rule. That one rule is respect. We have to respect each other. We respect everybody's opinion. That includes not just our opinions, but even the people who watch the show. We all have a fervent belief in authenticity also. Meaning, this has to come from our heart. And with speaking from the heart, it tends to be a little vulgar in nature sometimes. We want everybody to understand and know that at no point in time is anything that's being said malicious in nature. Not at all. The language we use on the show in no way is it meant for any one person, one race, or one religion. We're not trying to disrespect anybody at all. That goes for all three of us. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to have fun, and we're going to actually talk about it. We're going to talk about everything that comes our way. No subject is off base, and we're just going to do what we do. All right, so going forward, we definitely want to thank everybody for their continued support for us. Look forward to more conversations, more comments, and everything from our people. Because we're still calling y'all people because y'all not stands.
Right.
Y'all are people. All right, so we do appreciate y'all. And as I said, we all want y'all to keep coming back, keep talking to us, keep going on YouTube, subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, sharing the videos. We want y'all to be able to do that. All right. With that being said, let's talk about it.
There we go. Let's get into it.
All right. First things up, we're going to talk about that word that got us in a lot of trouble this week. That was the B word.
Okay.
And I'm not going to water myself down. That's that bitch word. Seems like a lot of women were having an issue with being called bitch. And the one thing that I kept saying to him and what I kept trying to explain to him was it wasn't you. We're not pointing it out to you. If it doesn't resemble you, you should have no offense to it at all. But still, they were feeling like it was disrespectful. So I want to talk to everyone about this whole situation. All right. So me and my fellas are here. We're gonna be watching for comments. We even got y'all on the big screen today, just so we can all watch them comments. So let's go. What you feeling right now, Smooth?
Well, I kind of concur with one of our one of our people saying it depends on how it's used. There is I believe there is something that has to do with intent. So especially with the show itself, the way the show is actually structured, it is supposed to be more lighthearted, serious topics, but still more lighthearted. We're not grinding in on people. So, but it does actually depend on how it's used. I mean, if we were to look on the broad scope of things, it's more like a drop in the bucket. But to our particular people, if someone says that they actually take offense to it, maybe this isn't the show for you, because we actually are about honesty. We're about the honest back and forth. We're not using the word for shock value. We're not using it for to gain people, to gain people watching or anything like that at all. We're just giving normal, honest, the way people talk. You know what I'm saying? So with me personally, I'll use it as spots. I mean, I'm not opposed to the word, but it all depends on how it's used. I've never used it in a derogatory sense towards anyone in being serious about it. But if I'm with my dudes and we're playing Madden or whatever, and something happens, you made a bitch move, so I'll let it out. Ain't no big deal, but it's nothing. It's nothing malicious about it. It does all depend on the context. It depends on how it's being used in the audience. So I mean, I know my audience. When I'm able to use that word, or when I do feel free to use it. So I use it whenever it strikes me, but it's not a part of my vocabulary on a regular basis. So I don't use it all the time, but I'm not afraid of the word. I mean, words are words.
Straight. I get you there. Me personally, like I said, it's just a word. My whole issue really is, instead of being upset about the word, why are we not upset about the behavior that's causing the word? That word is just not an everyday, every situation thing. It's driven.
Right.
So that's what I think we should be upset about. I'm not we, but when I say we, I'm not talking about just women either, because a lot of times when we as men say bitch, it's not driven to just the woman.
Right.
Niggas can be bitches too. So I don't understand why we feeling like we are picking on a woman or anything like that. So like I said, I don't get it. Brother Ross, what you thinking?
I think that a lot of women have taken offense because they believe in like a collective mentality. If you're a female, that makes you a woman. I don't necessarily believe that. When I use the word is part of my everyday vocabulary. I'm just a vulgar motherfucker. That's just me. I can't help it. But when I use it, especially on since I'm new to social media and all this shit like that, I need to pay more attention. It's made me more aware that I need to be more, I need to aim that better. You know what I'm saying? And really make sure, because even though I know there's a difference between women and bitches, everybody don't. I can't just assume everybody knows that I know that. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I need to do a better job of that. I definitely have taken, I've had a lot of women that I respect. You know what I'm saying? Come up to me, and even though it's passive aggressive humor. You know what I'm saying? It still kind of stings, because it's like, damn, it kind of makes me feel bad that you think I would think of you like that. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Yeah, I really respect you. Whoever. And if I respect you, I will tell you that I respect you, or I think highly of you, or something like that. Like, I value your opinion. So it would hurt me that you would think I would feel, but it's not your fault you think it is my fault.
Right.
Because I aimed it out recklessly. You know what I'm saying? So that's my bad. But for the bitches that was hit, do I apologize? No. It was aimed at you. Now here's my issue. I do feel that women tend to shield and not hold bitches accountable for their behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of the sister I got your back feminine belief, And I understand that. But Y'all can't save everybody. These are grown women. Y'all need to let them take their medicine. You know what I'm saying? Women, they're two different species. Even though they're the same breed, they're both female. A bobcat and a house cat. You know what I'm saying? Now they both look fairly similar. They're both felines, but you can't house a bobcat.
Right.
Motherfucker kill you.
Right.
Be eating you. It's more carnivorous than a house cat. Now, house cats are carnivorous too, but they eat small shit. You know what I'm saying? They drink milk. They eat regular house shit. You have to handle them differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, you can, with a woman, you can go and be kind and cordial and, hey, how you doing? You know, my name's Ross. How you doing? And she, hey, I don't thank you. I'm not in the mood, or my name's such and such. But she'll still be cordial and kind and courteous to the shit. You can't approach a bitch like that. You got to be a little rougher. You know what I'm saying? You got to come. Hey, what's your name? Like it's a little bit more aggressive. It's a different way of handling them. So there's other differences. I'll have to get into that later, but I definitely apologize for all the women that thought that because you're a female, I apologize. That's not my intent. That's not what I was going for. So for the ladies that felt insulted, I do apologize. For the bitches that felt insulted, I'm sure there's a nice warm spot in dick sucking hell for you. I don't care. That's my take.
And that's the real talk.
That's real talk.
And that's one thing that we want to keep going here at the show. We at the Milk Does, we don't want to water anything down. We definitely don't want to water it down. As he sips his tea over here. Sips his water. But we definitely gonna try. We gonna keep it real. I mean, for real. That's what this is all about. No opinion is not valid. No question is off the table. No nothing. So come to us and expect what you're gonna expect, because that's what you gonna get. You're gonna hear it. So we got a few comments I'm gonna get into there. Alicia Anderson says, depends on how it's used and by who. So it sounds to me, when you say that, it sounds to me it's kind of like the N-word. We'll accept the N-word from one of our own, but we are not accepting it from the outside.
Sort of sounds that way, yeah.
But how can it be that when, if me and you talking, oh bitch ass nigga, stop playing.
Well,
in the same vein.
She may be just speaking about women.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So why is it okay that a woman can say it to another woman, but I can't say it to her?
It's because of the trauma that comes with the history of the word. It's the same thing with the nigga word. In my personal opinion, the reason white people can't say it around me it's because of the trauma that comes with the word from your people to my people. So with the bitch word, I feel like the reason most women, rightfully so, get offended, females, get offended when it's even thrown out is because, it makes them think maybe the man's chauvinistic or is on some he-man, woman-hater shit or whatever. And really, he might just be calling you a bitch because of your actions.
Gotcha. Okay. Kirsten Seacrest, she gives eyeballs, so we're going to go on by that. Lindsay says, I'm not a bitch. I don't use the word, but I never feel like y'all calling me one.
That's what's up.
She also says, so I guess it's not me y'all talking about when y'all use it.
Damn right, we're not talking about you.
She also states, if the shoe fits,
wear that motherfucker.
You offended.
There you go.
I mean, there it is right there. That's the whole thing. It's just like That's the reason why a lot of people won't go to church, because they scared the pastor gonna step on them toes.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh.
Y'all scared to come to the milk duds because y'all scared Ross gonna step on them toes and call your punk ass bitch exactly what you are, punk ass.
Hey, and let me tell you something. My granny told me the devil is a master of disguise. But if you call him by his name, he can't hide. You dig? So if you gotta call the devil by his name. Am I calling you bitches the devil? Might as well.
Hey, there it is. All right, Alicia says, depends on who to, because if I don't like you, even if you say it as a joking way, you catching these hands. Just because, and you just gave me the reason. Man, look, we gonna have to talk about this one day too.
What's that?
These over aggressive ass women.
Oh, these masculine?
Yeah, they think they can fight a man. We gonna get to that one day.
These tough ass motherfuckers.
We really gonna have to get to that. Alright. What's up, Jayla? See you made it on time today. Good to see you. Jay Giggles. Jay Giggles in the building.
Yeah. I like it.
Christian says, ain't this about a bitch? Are y'all explaining the word bitch?
Ain't this about a bitch?
It's 2018. If you acting like one, that's what it is. Man, say that again.
You know what? I don't think a lot of women know that men know the difference between the two. And you know what? I don't blame them. Because a lot of dudes do that. We'll just use bitch as a synonym for women. I do it quite often, but I don't mean to do it. I'm not thinking about it when I do it, and that's what I was saying when I got on social media, because I didn't have that filter or that check in life. You know, I just assumed my friends knew what I was talking about. When I did it it just hit me like, oh, no, bro, you got to be more careful. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I get it. I understand why. And it's like, yeah, it made me feel bad. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, that shit was like, damn, bro, what you fucking up out here? Like, you can't be offending the real women. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I do enough uplifting of the real women, so I would incorporate that shit into some of my rants here.
Okay.
I am. Because I do feel like the real women get used as pawns by the bitches, because they underestimate how deceitful and manipulative these hoes can be. You know what I'm saying? They underestimate the depths that they will sink. As men, because we deal with bitches, like we actually, in relationships with them and shit like that, you know what I mean? And we go there and live with them and all that. We know, but I don't think real women know. Like, my grandmother has no idea how terrible. Just how terrible somebody like, Granny, it's bad out here. It's bad out here. They not like you. They not built like you. It's just not the same. It's fucked up. My wife was talking, and she was telling me that over the years, definitely with our conversation, she could see how much more angry I've gotten. And she says, it seems like a lot of your anger is aimed at black women. And I was like, well, yeah, you're not going to hear me talk about a lot of other women. I don't really give a shit about them. Like, I care about black women. And I think I've grown up. I got 2 grannies. I got a mama. I got 6 aunties. I got 6 sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've grown up with women my whole life. So I have examples of actual black, strong womanhood. And it's love based. You know what I'm saying? It's love. It's out of love that they correct you, that they talk strong to you, they stay on your ass. It's all out of love. And I go out here in these streets. Shit, they love you as long as you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They love you as long as you got it. They love you as long as they can get something out of you, get something from you. And that ain't all of them. That ain't all of them. It just seems to be most of them.
It's a large percentage.
I would say most of them. It's a mentality. It's a behavior. It's not just because you're a woman. It's not just because you're a female. It's a mentality. that these women have adopted. A lot of it, I blame it on capitalism. You know, the way our society is structured. Give me mine. I got to get mine at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Give me.
Yep.
You know? And if you ain't got it, fuck you.
And it's on to the next one.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
That's just fucked up, bro. It's out here. And they doing terrible shit. They having kids for this shit. Putting kids on motherfuckers for this shit. Keeping niggas from their kids for this shit. You know? Motherfuckers is trying to break up marriages and shit for this shit. Aiming niggas at that, bro. Hey, they about that money. And that's just fucked up. So, whatever.
Alright, so Christian was talking about your Bobcat comment. He also said, yes it is. Nigga, you said you just come at bitches like that. Jayla says, I don't have a problem with it. It's just like a girl saying, this bitch. As long as you're not calling me one, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Jayla, don't you let nobody call you no bitch.
That's right, Jayla. Don't let no man call you no bitch. What's up, Crystal? How you doing, sweetie? Glad you could join us. Christian says, a female should not call a nigga a bitch.
Oh, yeah, fight one.
Women call us dogs, so we say bitch.
Right.
But for a woman to say it to a man, you calling us a girl, soft, sweet, etc. Jayla says, get your panties out of a bunch. But I won't go back to that. Why is that fighting word? It's okay for us to say it to them.
No.
Why they can't say it to us? Why?
Look. Let me tell you something. If you're already dealing with a woman, you arguing with a woman, right? You arguing with a woman. If that woman calls you a bitch, she has no respect for you whatsoever and has no fear of repercussions. So, if it's your woman, you need to get the fuck out of that relationship. Now, I definitely don't be fighting your woman. Get the fuck out of there. Just, if your woman is calling you a bitch, especially on the regular, you need to shake that motherfucker, cause she ain't got you back. She don't respect you. She don't respect you as a man.
Say that, Kirsten. Say that. What she just said there is, but if you're a man out here gossiping like one, then I've got to call a spade a spade. Ooh. She kind of got a point.
I'm with you on that. If you
niggas bitches too.
Oh yeah, niggas do bitch shit. Now if you are indeed a bitch ass nigga and a real woman calls you on it, you can't be mad about it. Or if you did some bitch nigga shit and you get called on it, that's a little different. See, then you did something that deserved, you know what I'm saying? You earned the word at that point. But if you didn't do anything and your woman calls you a bitch, or a woman calls you a bitch, I don't know.
Then I think then also you do have to really look at intent. If I feel like in an argument situation, if a woman uses that against a man, one, it is actually it's a definite form of disrespect. Just the same way she would actually perceive it as disrespect as if we were to call her that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's if you look at the intent behind it, if it's in an argument and she's trying to hurt your feelings, she's trying to actually kind of push those buttons, and she actually does that, then yeah, she's going there for a reason, and it does have to do with a lack of respect overall. I do believe that when men use it, and this is not an excuse, but men are not using it to its full extent, I guess, is to its full bad extent, I guess, is the way I'm trying to figure it out. It doesn't sound right, but if she actually takes it as disrespect, then we have to actually, that person is actually saying, hey, this offends me. You know what I'm saying? So whether this person is a male or a female, if that second person says this offends me, then we've actually got to take into account that we've actually done something to offend another human being or another person. So in that sense of the word, in that sense of using the word, I do see how some people could be offended by it. However, I would ask those same people for understanding. Also look at look at the particular form that the word's being used in. If it's jovial and everything's upbeat and everyone's playing around, then that intent doesn't have the full sting. It's like the equivalent of a jab as opposed to an uppercut. You know what I'm saying? An uppercut's going to give you that full force, but a jab is just kind of going at you a little bit. It's just to touch you, and it's just to kind of keep the distance. So I do think that men, I do think we do have to do a better job of realizing that reading the room, pretty much read the room. If you're in a situation where you're with people that will not take offense to it, then if that's how you choose to speak, that's how you choose to speak. However, if you're going into a situation where you're not really sure of how everyone's going to actually take it, then you might want to measure your words. You might want to take your time and before you actually fill it out, because it may actually be something that everyone's cool with after people warmed up to you. You know what I'm saying? They just may be like, don't you usually come through my door, call me a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to wipe your feet first. So.
No.
So I can,
what's up?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it. I think that we do need to take our time, whether we use the word or whether we're hearing the word, and actually kind of look at the context behind it, and also just saying, hey, you know what? Maybe that's just how he speaks. Talk to the person, find out about, about the intention behind it. You know what I'm saying? And that just furthers conversation. So if you can actually come to someone and say, hey, well, you look like you're a pretty fun dude, but can you please not use that word, use that terminology? You know what I'm saying? Most people are going to be of the vein where they can, I didn't mean to offend you, because I do believe in the goodness in people. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in people that are good just inherently. And if you actually come to someone and say, hey, you know what, I really have a problem with you saying that word. Just like we're doing on the show. We've had you guys come to us and say, hey, I've got a problem with the word. I've got a problem. We are discussing. We're actually discussing the word instead. We're putting it on a whole show. It does warrant discussion. But as long as you guys know that we're not coming from a place of being of malice or maliciousness or anything along those lines,
or chauvinistic.
Yeah,
I got hit with that bullshit too.
Oh yes.
Let me tell you, I don't believe a woman's place is in the kitchen and barefoot and all that shit. Goddamn, if I work, you gonna work too, motherfucker. That's how I feel.
I've definitely been hit with that a few too many times, but my answer to that is no. I am not male chauvinist. I do not believe I'm better than a woman. I believe I'm better than everybody.
Goddamn.
There you go.
Period. I mean, dead serious. I don't mean no disrespect. I have a fervent belief in myself.
Here we go.
It has nothing to do with you and your lack of self-worth.
Yeah.
I just believe in myself more than I believe in anybody or anything else.
No one should be a bigger fan of you than you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's just that plain and simple. But when you talked about talking or speaking your likes and dislikes, so anybody who knows me really knows I hate the word shut up. As a kid, I was always told, shut up is very disrespectful to tell somebody else to shut up, especially from one grown up to another grown up, telling them to shut up. I'm not your kid. I'm a grown ass man.
Right. Exactly.
Don't talk to me like that.
Exactly.
So I've often tell people, I'll make that known. I don't like that phrase, shut up. Now, are you saying something? I'm sorry.
No, brother. I'm with you, brother. Go ahead.
I just want you to know, for some reason your mic ain't working, so I'm not hearing.
Oh, okay. I got that.
That's why I'm asking you. Did you say something? I had to hear.
No, brother. I'm good. Go ahead.
And you gonna keep speaking into the mic that ain't working.
Okay. Well, okay. I heard it.
He about to be that B word. I'm trying to show him some respect.
I'm listening, brother. Go ahead.
He pushing that button.
I'm listening.
But no. So I honestly, I definitely don't like the phrase "shut up" being used actually in my direction. I don't like it even being used towards another person. Period. I understand you telling somebody to be quiet or something like that, and even in Mr. Ross's defense, he says it is as just a common everyday part of his conversation, because it's Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And I understand it. It still grinds my gears when he says it.
Right.
But
right.
I understand where he's coming from. But as a man, he works towards not saying that to me. Every time that he catches himself saying it, he'll apologize for it. My bad. You know, type of thing.
Right.
So, I mean, I understand what you're coming from. If you basically talking to a person and they use that word that if it's offending you, all you gotta do is just say something about it.
Yeah.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, as Jayla said, and complain about it and cry about it and run and tell people about it for no damn reason. Grow up. The word bitch has been around a lot longer than either one of us.
Yep.
It's gonna be around a lot longer than either one of us.
Right.
So,
and I know you motherfuckers who have a problem with the word listen to rap. I know you motherfuckers. I know you motherfuckers watch the podcast and, oh, I don't like the fat Ross talking about the fat bitch and all that shit. And then you go and listen to some horrible shit. and that's your jam. So get the fuck out of here. Get over it. It's crazy. But I know what it is, dude. I know what it really is, bro.
what is it?
It really is. They don't like that shit coming out of man's mouth who's unapologetic about it. Who's unapologetically masculine. Don't give a flying fuck how you feel. They not used to that shit, because it ain't out here like that no more. Men are on mute for the most part. Scared to say shit. Scared to speak up about how they really feel. That's real shit. Y'all not used to this shit. The ones that took offense.
You might want to save a little bit of that because that actually goes to our next topic.
I got you.
So save a little bit of that because
Yes,
that's a very good point that you're making there. But I'm gonna get right back here. Telly says, what's the difference between shut up and be quiet? Shut up is a matter of fact. That's giving a command. It's giving an order. Be quiet is more like a request and it's more respectful.
Request. Yeah.
So I mean, I hope that answers you in some way.
I don't know.
Maybe semantics, but it the words make sense the way they're presented. Yeah.
So I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if it makes sense, but that's the way I was raised as a child. In our household, my mother said, we never use that phrase shut up. Anytime either one of us said shut up, we got hit in the mouth.
Yeah.
So shut up does not fly in my house, in my family at all.
I got you.
So that going forward, that's how I was raised and that's how I was brought up. You don't hear me tell people to shut up. I mess with you a lot until you do.
Hold up.
But it's done to you as our joking disrespect.
I got you. Yeah.
But have you ever heard me tell you to shut up?
No.
Nope.
Nah.
I mean, I don't think that is a viable word to say to two grown people.
Right.
You're not giving me orders.
It's like when I was a kid growing up, it used to trip me out. I would go over people, especially down south. I'd go over people's house, and the kids couldn't say "dang" in the house, or "dang."
It sound like damn.
It sounded like "damn," and they would literally get treated like they just said a cuss
Yes,
word.
sir.
Yeah, like I mean, instantly, like, and it would make you as a kid be like, "Damn!"
Oh yeah.
It would correct you. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even the one that got hit. My bad. You gotta think of another word to say now.
Yeah.
Then you start saying dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or something, whatever.
I mean, I get what you're saying because that's what they say. Growing up black, those things you understood. We didn't have that privilege to. Well, damn, mom.
Oh hell.
Oh no.
Y'all have a story about the first white family whose house you gone over to and the kid was cussing? Y'all had, bro.
I was grown before I actually stepped foot in a white person's house. So I have that story, but it was a little bit different.
I got you.
Yeah, mine was like, you ain't gonna stomp this little motherfucker out?
Yeah.
Right? That shit's crazy.
But that was.
Why aren't chairs flying across the room?
I started gathering my shit. Like, look, it's time to go, dog. I mean, I'll see you at work tomorrow. Maybe.
You about to catch it.
But yeah, that's the way it is growing up black. There's just certain things you just can't do.
Right.
So,
Right.
But Jayla said, right, rap is full of it. You're right. Rap is full of the B word. Rap is. I was actually watching a show the other day, and it was kind of it was a podcast, but they were talking about the evolution of rap or gangster rap. Also, they were basically trying to say that mumble rap is a product of gangster rap.
Yeah.
And that kind of threw me for a minute. But they were also talking about it as rap is very, very misogynistic. It is. Even female rap is very misogynistic. So it's just there.
See, I don't agree with that. I don't understand that. See, I don't understand how it's misogynistic probably because of my belief. Because I don't think when you hear rappers talk about when they would call women and bitches and stuff like that, they wasn't calling all women bitches. Like if you heard them explain the shit, they weren't calling all women bitches. They was talking about them greedy, money-driven bitches that they come across. That's who they was aimed at. And when they would give the complaints about the women in the videos and the way they would depict them and shit like that, I'm like, they didn't force them motherfuckers to be there.
Right.
They came willingly. They got paid. Y'all remember when Nelly got in trouble for swiping the credit card down the girl's booty?
Right.
Yeah.
You remember? Remember? He said it was the girl's idea. God damn it, we are promoting these motherfuckers. How's it misogynistic? I just disagree. But I hear you, D. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good.
Well, I know. Even back in the days, when you actually heard the word used, you know they wasn't talking about Queen Latifah. They wasn't talking about MC Light. They wasn't talking about Salt and Pepper. They wasn't talking about Boss. They wasn't talking about these. We weren't talking about female rappers. They were talking about girls that actually acted a certain way. And that's one of the things where you have to actually, like I said, once again, look at intent, look at how it's being used and who is and what the audience is. So like I said, I'm pretty sure MC Light heard the word quite a few times, but she knew it wasn't referring to her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She knew it wasn't referring to her. So.
Oh, as she said, who you calling a bitch?
Oh yeah, that's Queen Lie. Yeah, that's Queen Lie. Yeah.
See, I love that back in the day they had that counterbalance.
Yes.
There was message in the madness or in the mayhem. There was message with the madness.
Yes.
So instead of just
I don't think I'd ever call Queen Latifah a bitch.
Heck no. Not Queen Lie.
That's a problem. Right
not after Ladies First.
That's a problem.
She had goons.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
They all wore skirts too, but she had goons. She had female goons.
Hey, if I'm calling Queen Latifah a bitch, we got serious beef. There's something that really, you know what I'm saying? It's going down. I'm fully prepared for the repercussions.
Right.
But that's the only way.
Right.
Her and goddamn Remy. I love Remy Martin, bro. Y'all know Remy Martin? No?
Remy
Martin.
side.
That is a gangster motherfucker. I love Remy Martin, but I would never call her a bitch, bro. That is a problem. Cause, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is an issue right there.
Not a product. I wouldn't call her. Nah, you ain't gonna catch me. You gonna catch me? Nah.
Getting some hip hop shit, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
So I got y'all. But just so y'all know, going forward, if the word don't resemble you, don't take an offense to it.
Yep.
If it resembles you, then change your ways.
Exactly.
Don't sit up here and complain to us about somebody calling you a bitch when you acting like a bitch.
Yeah. Or just go ahead and eat that jab. You bitch.
Get a mouthful of it because it's coming. Because I'm straight up telling y'all, we're not changing who we are.
You got your chin poked out. Eat that jab, bitch.
We're not changing who we are. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry.
There you go.
And our disclaimer, if you notice it, there's no apology in there at all. Nope. It's an explanation, I should say, more so than a disclaimer.
That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Going forward, that's the way we're going to rock. So I hope y'all can rock with us and enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
And continue.
Join in.
All right, we're going to slide on up out of that. And now we're going to get back into some... let me change that. At this point in the show, I know after we do our first topic, y'all usually ready for us to do some Jules from Old Head Smooth and some Ross's Therapy. But I think today, or with all of that we've encompassed this week from everything, neither one of the fellas wanted to do their segments. So I don't want y'all to think I'm taking it from them. They'll be back next week as normal. But I also want to say we had a great time this weekend at the I am man authentic men's breakfast. It was an absolutely wonderful time. Had some great fellowship with some great fellas of both races. We had black people as well as white, Caucasian people there that we actually shared some great conversations with.
I'd like to get more races, like to get more people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So hopefully with the next one, and once they find a new date, we'll be posting more information on the program or the breakfast when we find out more information from them on it. Yeah. It's something that they do every month, is what I'm being told. So this is my second time doing it. It's definitely an enjoyable time. We're even gonna have a few guys from the show, from the breakfast on the show from time to time, because they had some great feedback, some great
points of view,
points that I really wanted to get on. I was hoping we had one of them that would join us today, but looks like he didn't make it. But John, be looking for you next week. All right, so we want to say that, and we're gonna go ahead and slide into our next topic. Great one. I hope you're still with us, Telly, because I definitely want to hear your input. So this next topic is, what is it? Alpha manhood?
Masculinity. Alpha
masculinity. How does it exist in this independent Me Too world? Or is it something that is that something that is being crushed out, or is it just flat out under attack? Which one of y'all want to jump this off?
Well,
That's my nigga right
I can honestly say that the idea or the picture of what masculinity was in the past is definitely changed. It's definitely wiped free. I think masculinity has its place, but now people are looking more towards the enlightened man. They're looking more towards the spiritual awareness in a man, and they still want that to be masculine. While there's ways that it can be done, I don't think masculinity should be softened. I think masculinity has been softened over the last couple months, years, weeks, whatever, and that also may be because of our own doing. When masculinity intrudes upon another person's safety or intrudes upon another person's, whatever their little space, intrudes their personal space, that's when it's an issue, and that's when we get a lot of the things we have right now in the Me Too movement, which I really don't have a problem with. That I've got daughters. I want them to be able to be free and everything as well, without any type of encumbrances from the male persuasion. However, I do think that I think we're in a position where we can guide what masculinity is going forward.
Redefine.
We can redefine it. We can actually take out all the positives that we've actually kind of known growing up with, and kind of exclude the stuff that we want to actually get rid of. So I think we're in a prime position. I do think it's under attack, but I do think that it's an overreaction to a few bad apples spoil the bunch.
Yeah. So could that when you say intrude upon a person's space, I don't think that's masculinity. I think that's perversion.
Yes, I'm with you.
I think masculinity is something in itself different from what that is. That's just horny ass old man. Honestly, to me, that's not masculinity. That's flat out perversion.
Yes,
perversion.
yes.
Some form of chauvinism too. Is what I feel.
Yes.
Feel like you're inferior, and I'm dominant, so you're going to do what I tell you to do. Man. But yeah, no, I like that you said it's an overreaction to the way systems were set up, or shit was set up in the past. Back when it was okay to beat a woman and shit and all that, and men were
and get your own shirt called a wife beater.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like back when women were stay at home and the man would go out factory or whatever the hell, he would come home, and if shit wasn't done to his liking, he would take out his frustrations on his woman and his family, and then it didn't get it any better when the drugs was introduced to the picture. So yeah, this is all a fallback of that. Of those times. So women didn't have the right to vote at one point. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they were literally like second-class citizens. This is all a fallback of that. And when you add all of that, so you have the guilt of that, because men feel guilt for that. Even though most of us weren't around for those times, we still feel guilty for the sins of our fathers and grandfathers. You know what I'm saying? And then you couple that with the amount of single parent mothers out here, at least in the black community. I can't speak for men, masculinity overall, but in the black community, it's definitely being rang out of the boys. Masculinity is, and it's teaching the boys to become far more emotional, which, in my opinion, is way more dangerous for a man, for the boys to act or react off of emotion. We don't have the same repercussions that women do. See, women could react off of emotion and just, start fighting and shit like that off of somebody calling them a bitch, and everybody go home. Bros will kill each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Emotional reaction. Goddamn it, we go to murder. Like that's our first intent. Like that's our initial intent. So it's far more dangerous for us. And and as far as masculinity being under attack, I'm not quite sure what the feminist agenda is. I can't say what it is. I can only call what it looks like, and it looks like y'all want domination. It seems like the feminist agenda wants domination. It doesn't want. They hide it under equality. The feminist agenda. It seems like they preach equality, but when we try to hold you equal, you want special exception because you're a female. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not bashing. Feminism started from a good spot. I just think and it was needed when it started. But as time's grown on, it's turned into something else. It's at this point, it's kind of like a witch hunt. Me and my boy was talking about this the other night. The Me Too movement. I was like, bro, I get it. But I was like, some of this shit is just going, it's crazy. Kirsten Bell, I forget her name, she's an actress. She did the voiceover for what's the snow movie with the snow princess?
Frozen.
Frozen, yeah. So she was one of the voice actors for Frozen. She made a comment the other day.
Dads knew that the movie.
Yeah. She made a comment the other day, something about her not letting her daughter watch. It was either Sleeping Beauty or Snow White, one of them. And it was because the prince kissed the princess to wake her up, but didn't have consent.
Oh my god!
And I am not lying. Y'all can look this shit up. Shit's bonkers, bro. Like it's like, at what point do we say something? Like, to kind of reel it back, this shit is just haywire at this point. And it started. There were real victims here. You know what I'm saying? That had something to say. I mean, I personally don't like the fact that they can go 30 years back. I definitely think, and just bring this shit up, I definitely think that's trampling over some rights here. But at the same time, I don't like the fact that somebody's taking advantage over somebody in a situation of need. I'm real conflicted on the whole Me Too. I don't want to get into that shit. I'm super conflicted on this.
I hear you there.
I got give and takes on that.
I hear you there because you and I mean, all the three of us, y'all know how I stand on it. I got sisters, daughters, aunts, nieces, you know, I definitely don't want, like you said, I want them to be comfortable and be able to be free. However, in this Me Too movement, I've witnessed on another side of how this Me Too movement can be overdrawn.
And make victims out of men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and
Be used as a weapon.
there it is. At this point in our society, a lot of times that's exactly what is happening. This Me Too movement is being used as a weapon, and it's making it difficult for men to be men.
Right.
It makes it difficult for us to even defend ourselves as men in this society today.
I mean, how you defend yourself from an accusation?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
How do you, it's an accusation? Anybody can make it up, and if you don't require proof, what the, you know what I'm saying? I'm at somebody's whim then. I have to walk on eggshells all the time.
All the time.
And that shouldn't be that, because you're being held hostage in your own body.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying, in that situation.
And that's exactly what a lot of us go through. I'm stating that in my everyday. I feel that way.
Every day.
My everyday, I feel as though if I look at a woman this way and somebody sitting over there see me looking
and doesn't like it,
exactly, they can go and complain
About the way
file a complaint anywhere.
and now I'm some kind of sexual predator or something.
I just seen this video the other day. It was a white woman in Brooklyn, and she was at like a bodega, and she was at the cat. Now this black woman, the store is full. It's like a gas station. So the store is full. This little boy and his mother comes in. Black mother, son, walks past the white lady. The little boy's book bag hits the white woman's butt.
Yeah, I saw that.
The white woman said he grabbed my ass. Called the police. The police came out. Like this is insane. His mother's right there. The police still showed up.
Well, they showed the video on that. The book bag didn't even touch it.
It was insane.
The book bag never even touched her butt at all.
But had they not had that footage and other people recording this shit,
They didn't have the footage at first.
but it could have went real bad. Let's say that little boy wasn't with his mother. And let's say he was 12, 13.
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till, all over again. But I don't think we'll ever have that.
Shit.
No.
I don't. Not in Brooklyn. Bro, stop.
Whatever. Don't underestimate the power.
I don't think that'll happen in Brooklyn. Now they might be able to take him to the police station and do something to him, but then it's not gonna happen.
Let's say it wasn't in Brooklyn. Let's say it was in Alabama. I'm just saying these scenarios aren't. Let's say it's in Florida. You know what I'm saying? These scenarios aren't far fetched.
That is true.
That's the scary part.
We getting off topic now.
No, we're talking about masculinity being under attack.
A 8-year-old boy is not masculinity. That
Well,
was something
he's got to learn some masculinity. He's got to have a picture.
He's a man.
I don't think that was even it.
Well, no, that wasn't part of it. Yeah.
Right. His masculinity wasn't there. I mean, they had nothing.
You think that was a race thing?
Yes, that's all it was.
I guess my point on that one was that she could use the race and the meat. She played both the cards. You know what I'm saying? She played the race and the sexual predator card.
I don't know what
A
she was
9-year-old boy.
because he didn't even touch her. His book bag didn't even touch her. They literally there are videos out there showing that whole situation. And he walked cleanly past her, did not touch her. When he got past her, she turned and looked and saw who he was, and then she made a comment and went back and grabbed her. But first off, would nobody have wanted to grab that little narrow ass thing anyway? That was just horrible.
You ain't even got no ass.
Wow.
She ain't having that. She didn't. She just wanted some attention.
That's scary.
And that's the part that I think is the main problem is these heifers out here ruin it for actual victims because
hiding behind shields
exactly
of actual women and their struggle
shit to get yourself some attention.
Right.
I don't understand it. That's why I really believe if you present a charge or you accuse somebody of something, your ass should actually do some time. If they find out that it is not true.
Or some kind of fine at least.
No, damn it, you need to do time. Either lock them up or allow him to bend you over and...
Wait a minute, what? No!
Because if you accuse this man of raping you or doing something to you, that's even if he doesn't, even if he's not guilty or found guilty on it, his life is not the same.
He still has that stigma.
Exactly.
Still has a stigma.
No matter what, he's still. So I think there should be some kind of repercussions that you have to pay.
You said,
and it should
at
be.
least he should at least get some ass out this shit. Is that what you saying? No, I'm sorry, bro. I can't. This nigga tripping.
If that were the case, I bet you it'll stop.
That when you would stop it.
I
give you that.
Stop.
That is a solution, Doc. You are a solution-oriented man, Doc.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm providing solutions. For every action, there's a consequence. So you come up with that false accusation and you can't prove it, he gets that ass.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
My goodness.
Oh my God.
But no, I mean, but there should be some kind of repercussions behind it.
Right.
I know you're right.
Because
there should be some repercussions.
It's getting rampant.
Preferably a fine. Just a fine. It would be adequate. Pay the city. Nah, bitch, you wasted the city's time.
Pay him.
That will work too.
I mean, for real, because it is really being just out of hand completely.
It is.
And it's sad because we actually even have to have this conversation about it, because there are women out there that are literally at this current moment being abused.
Right.
And we look at them now. I mean, especially me, because I was a firm believer. If there was a thought of rape, I thought you were a weak man. Let her brothers get to you.
Absolutely.
You know, all right, fine. Since y'all, no, just turn them free. Send them over to her family.
Ooh.
Let them have at them. That'll take care of it.
It sure would.
You see that movie In Too Deep? With LL Cool J?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I'm a firm believer. Whatever you did to my daughter or my family member, bro, I'm doing to you.
But
like it.
Yeah, that's
love it.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting. Terrible scene. I can't even. Then he chopped that nigga up after that.
Yeah, he did.
That's fucked up. He did what he did.
That's what you're supposed to get when you cross them lines.
But really, to get back to masculinity being under attack, though, I don't know if a lot of women even are concerned or even care that men feel like they don't really have a voice. At least in the black community, a lot of men I speak with feel like we have to whisper shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? When we out in public, you know, you gotta. We can't talk openly. We can't talk. I'll tell you. Hey, I hear women talk in public settings, in church, work, wherever we're at. I hear women talk openly about whatever the hell they want to talk about. And as a guy, I got to be cautious about, how I'm looking at something. I'm looking at something too long, even. You know what I'm saying?
We got to use subliminal messages. Like, hey, bro.
The little hand nods.
That'll get the brotherhood back.
So yeah, look, this right here, like, you know what I mean? Codes.
Yeah, that'll get
codes.
The back.
One of them. One of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's we joke about it now, but just seriously, like, you gotta keep it quiet.
Alright, so the clear consensus is yes, black masculinity is under attack. But what do we do?
Shit.
What can we do as men to?
Right. I think we have to at least acknowledge that. I think a lot of men go around and feel the way we do and might even kind of bitch about it, but like in an indirect way. They might not really think, hey, bro, no, this shit's aimed at you. Like, this is aimed at you, cuz it's for a purpose. I think there's an agenda. I'm not sure where the agenda's coming from. I'm not sure who it's coming from. I have an idea, but I have no proof to back my idea up. I just got thoughts.
That feeling.
You know what I'm saying?
Feeling
But I definitely think, yeah, masculinity in general, from all races and shit, it's being rang out of our society for some reason. As if it's worthless, as if it's cavemanish. And it's not just by women. It's the second, third generation of men. Even the white males are a lot softer than the white men I grew up with. I grew up with a whole lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin type motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Go out, get it, gritty kind of dudes, now I'm getting
that old John Wayne.
That was, but
They don't have that no more.
Yeah.
They don't even have that to look up to anymore.
They're around. It's a lot less of them.
Who?
They're around. They're definitely still out there. There's a lot of masculine
They
dudes
stopped
out there.
it with that dude Ronald Reagan, the pretty Hollywood boy. That's who they have.
Well,
nah, it's just there's a lot more Ross off of Friends type of white men walking around. You know what I'm saying? He's slender, slender. He drives a gas efficient Chevy Geo or Prius or.
Talking about that at the breakfast. They driving Prius. There's nothing masculine about driving a Prius.
The Kia Soul, or that's what they drive. They used to drive them muscle cars. You know what I'm saying? They used to drive the big. There's still a lot of big Chevy truck white boys out here. I see you racist motherfuckers, but at least you open about it, and I can fuck with you. If you're open about how you feel, I can rock with you. If you don't like me, goddamn, I don't like you, but we can get to like each other as long as you you open about it.
Just respect each other.
Yeah. You can have your opinions. I don't give a fuck. I don't like you either, man.
Alright, y'all.
But we both like football or something.
yeah, here we go.
As long as y'all don't like the Colts, I'm cool.
Give me beer and the football. And the Colts.
We got a couple comments there. Jayla said, "Now that's stupid. Ruin your child for something classic because of a man kissing a woman."
Oh, she's talking about the Disney thing with the Christian Bale.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fucking retarded.
That's really stupid.
Nobody called her on this shit though. They took all that dumb shit serious.
Hey, Rail. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Pam. Y'all came in a little late, but thanks for coming. Lindsay said, "How does your car show your masculinity?"
What?
Men have been using their
What
cars
are you talking about?
to show their masculinity for years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A man's car is nothing more than an extension of his penis.
I was going to say personality, but I guess you could sell personality for penis in this instance.
Really, that's really all it is.
Yeah. Sometimes you have a car.
Wait a minute. I just thought about it. No, we're gonna change that.
I'm about to say sometimes you have a car.
I thought we got the Toyota Camry. Hey, but it's clean.
It's clean.
That motherfucker clean inside and out.
It said it runs
clean.
It said it runs smooth. But I get you. It's not always an extension, but if he has the means, you better believe. Oh yeah, he's gonna he's gonna show the world who he is through his automobile. Absolutely. Absolutely. And these motherfuckers driving around, and I call them these e-bitch cars. them little these little hatchbacks and fuel efficients and shit. Get these little sons of toy cars out of here, man. Get these motherfuckers out the way.
Yeah, Jalen. Hang on. Jalen threw a question out there. She said, completely off topic. But did you guys hear about the explosive packages being left at Obama and Hillary Clinton's house?
What?
Yeah, there was also supposed to be one left at the White House, but the Secret Service said that they never got a package. So the White House was just trying to feed off this other shit that's going on.
Really?
So
it's just crazy.
It's what we got in office. This is why you got to go out there and vote.
Yeah.
So we don't have any more of this nonsense.
Oh, it's still gonna be there.
And that's the reason why they sent it to the Obama's house. Because they scared that Michelle gonna run there in 2020.
Well, he's been firmly, campaigning across the country for getting people out to vote. Really, he's been campaigning for the Democrats, but he's been campaigning to get out to vote. So yeah,
that better not be true.
I don't want to say that 45 has something to do with it, but I would not be surprised at all. I would not be surprised at all.
Goofy motherfucker.
What world do we live in today that we have situations like this, and we actually even put our president's name in that category?
It's ridiculous,
man.
I'll be real with you. I don't complain about it.
That's right.
I don't complain about it.
He has no say so right now.
Whatever. But I can't get over the fact this motherfucker, all the terrible shit this motherfucker has done and got in trouble for and still ain't been impeached for. I was ready for the nigga to be impeached a long time ago, but I understand Mike Pence is the devil. I don't give a shit. This motherfucker's a clown. We gotta get this nigga out of here. But beyond that, out of all the terrible shit he's done, I cannot get over beefing with a stripper on Twitter. That shit is hilarious. It's tragic and hilarious at the same time. I can't get over that. That's like, I can't get past that shit. This motherfucker's tweeting.
All I know is there were periods during if you look over the Obama administration, even over the Bush administration, there were times where we would have 2 or 3 days where we wouldn't talk about the president.
Yeah.
We wouldn't say his word. We say this particular president. We would say his word, his name every single day, and he's into something new every single day.
He's popular.
I wouldn't say popular.
So, I laughed a few minutes ago because I read what Sabrina just said. Did y'all see the guy that grabbed the lady's breast on the plane and said Trump said it's okay?
No, I did not see that. Let them chickens come home to roost.
Oh my God.
Let them chickens come home to roost.
Could that be a sign of masculinity?
No, that's invading.
I'm waiting on grabbing by the pussy then. He said we can do it. Y'all know we famous now. So because we famous, we have the right to.
Is that how it goes?
That's ridiculous.
I can't even finish saying this.
I do say if she was wearing like I voted for Trump shirt and something like that, and she got her titty or her pussy grabbed. Whatever, bitch.
I'm ignoring that one right there.
Whatever. I'm turning the blind eye to that one. Hey.
So you said you like the Colts, huh? Is that what you said?
No, you never heard me say that. Go Eagles, baby. Eagles all day. But all right, so that's gonna be it for us for today, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in, watching. Again, remember, share this video, like this video. Go to the YouTube channel and do the exact same. Share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the page.
Yep.
Or subscribe to the channel. We definitely need those subscriptions. So go ahead, make it happen for us. If y'all like what we're doing, keep it up.
Yeah. Any topics or anything you want us to cover, anything, current events, relationships, anything like that, submit it to our email, shout it out on the page or whatever the fuck.
And we got some exciting things actually happening. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. Definitely stay involved. Yeah, that's my little thing for it. Stay tuned and stay involved. Yeah.
That's right. Stay tuned, stay involved. Phone line coming soon. As I say, we try to make improvements every week to the show and different things and keep it coming. I was just a bit overwhelmed with the response that we had been receiving, so we didn't do anything extra today. But going forward, we will be.
Yeah.
We will be. So I definitely thank y'all for coming out.
Yep.
Or sitting in with us. I know y'all ain't had nothing else to do since Empire wasn't on. And none of y'all was watching the World Series, so.
All right.
But thanks again for coming out.
Thank you.